your dad
Okay.
and his Alzheimer's disease. Now, I'm treating him as his physician with medical marijuana. What was he like before you started? And you're administering it to him. And what benefit has it had? What would you say?
So before he started, sundowners would hit
Every day?
every day, not even a specific time of day. It could be morning, it could be afternoon. It's just whenever his brain says something's not right, we're going to react.
And what was his symptoms at that point?
Erratic behavior, aggression. He'd grab things in a threatening manner. Never actually do anything, but just grab things very threatening. Get very vocal, get very assertive, be very defensive. And then in the situations like that, the facility would call me and I'd come up and I'd drop off. I'd give him a THC capsule, and within 15 minutes, everything was completely 180. He would flip it over to the calmest, nicest person, and also, I would say 75 to 90% more coherent in his vocabulary.
Actually more coherent as well.
Yes, he would actually speak and we could understand him. He would get his point across.
Yes.
And you could still tell he was babbling a little bit, but it was coherent babbling. Like what he was saying was making sentences that were understandable.
Okay.
Were they relevant? Not necessarily. But they were still, like his speech was coming together again.
Yes.
It wouldn't be just erratic speak.
And without it, completely erratic? Not intelligible without it?
Oh yeah, like completely unintelligible. Like so you would listen to him and he would like words would be made up.
Okay.
Like
All right.
just babble.
And all the aggression, all those acting out behaviors stopped?
Yes,
Completely.
He would start dancing,
Yes.
or he would look for something to eat.
Or look for something to eat. Has his appetite been a factor? Has that been a benefit as well?
There was never a negative with his appetite.
No, okay. All right.
But now I would say if he's on that, he's definitely going to go look for something to eat, but he can afford it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing for him to eat because his energy levels go down so easily that they just it kind of picks him back up a little bit, and
now
he loves to dance.
And he starts talking with sentences.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you obviously do converse with him? Do you believe the thinking it must something's going on there? Does the thinking clear as well? Does he understand certain things differently?
He understands certain things, period, at that point.
Okay.
Before then, there's only certain things he understands, period, and it's very traumatizing events in his life that he remembers.
Right.
He remembers Vietnam. He remembers going through a very difficult battle that he's going through right now with his wife up in New York, through separation and everything. Crimes against the elderly, he knows about all that 100%. But once we do this, he starts taking his THC, his sentences are more relevant. Like he can have a conversation. He'll ask me, how are my boys?
He actually will do that.
He'll ask me, how are the
about
boys?
things in real time, things in the world right now that are actually occurring.
My sons, his grandsons.
Yes.
He'll ask about them. He'll ask, where are they? Can he see them? Most of the time it's when they're in school, when I drop that off during the day, but he'll ask about them. How are they?
Ask about. Without it, does he ask about them?
He does, but it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Like he'll say, how are my fathers?
Oh, really? Okay.
Or he'll say that I'm his father.
Okay.
But after he takes THC, it's the correct verbiage for the situation.
It's
how are the boys, or how are you?
And you're not as father. He recognizes you as his son. Then
Yes, he knows who I am.
At
When I walk in, he jumps up and he gives me a hug every time.
Right.
He knows I'm family.
Right. And ask about your boys.
Yep. Yeah. Every time.
It's terrific.
Mm-hmm. He gets more acknowledgement.
That's
He receives more.
Okay, I appreciate you sharing that with us.
You're very welcome.
Look forward to going over and visiting him again over there.
Yeah, definitely.
At the Arbors.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.